Good morning, YouTube. Old Guy 379 is January 13th. There was some news I saw this morning, real early. Last night, apparently, on the 12th in White Pine, Tennessee, a driver was run over and killed by another truck driver. Totally unnecessary. And my heart goes out to that guy's family. Man, what a tragedy. What a tragedy. It's a tragic loss that didn't need to happen. And my prayers and my heart goes out to the guy that ran him over. Because most likely, he didn't know. I don't know how many of you guys were down here in this area last night, but man, it was dark, it was rainy, it was hard to see. I'm just north of Knoxville, so I'm probably, 85, 100 miles west of where this happened. But, I can only assume, seeing as how this whole area was rained on last night, that it was probably the same conditions there. But this goes back to a lot of what I've been preaching. Drivers, slow down in the parking lots, please. Stop being in such a hurry. There is no need for it. If you're driving over 10 miles an hour in a parking lot, you need to just slap yourself right in the face, plain and simple. There is no excuse for being in that big of a hurry once you're off the highway and you're driving through traffic, on the side streets or in a parking lot, because in a parking lot, man, somebody can pop out from between two trucks and, they're not paying attention. You're in a hurry. You can't stop. They don't even know you're coming. It's just a bad mixture, guys. Bad mixture. And it ends in tragedy like this. And for the guys walking around with your phones out, watching videos, if you're watching one of my videos and walking across a truck stop parking lot, man, while I appreciate you watching my video, shut my video off. Put your phone in your pocket. Take your earbuds out. Be listening and paying attention and watching your surroundings. I won't be heartbroken if you wait till you get in the truck or until you go to the bathroom stall or wherever it is you watch these videos. It won't bother me one bit in the least. Just don't be doing it walking across a parking lot, or anybody's videos for that matter, or FaceTiming with your family. God only hope, man, I pray he was not FaceTiming his family when he was walking across the parking lot when this happened. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine, just the horror of that all the way around. As of right now, it doesn't sound like they know who the driver was, who the company was that ran this poor guy over. But you can bet your butt now, every scale in Tennessee, North Carolina, Kentucky, South Carolina, is going to be open, looking for everybody. We're going to be under scrutiny as a whole for the next couple days. Hopefully, maybe, on surveillance video, they were able to figure out who it was, get that driver stopped, and resolve this, and to the guy that hit him, man, like I said, my heart goes out to you, dude. You're going to have to live with this for the rest of your life. It's a sad, tragic thing that didn't need to happen, and it didn't need to happen, just, man, again, all you guys, slow down going through truck stops. Us old guys that drive cool trucks, even the young guys that drive cool trucks, we don't drive through parking lots slow so you can look at us and see how cool we are. We drive slow because we want to be aware of what's going on. And, like with my truck being a 310-inch wheelbase tractor and a 53-foot trailer, I have to be very picky about where I park. And so, I'm methodical about where I go, what I'm looking for, certain spots. I've gotten backed into spots and I'm like, I can't park here because I'm blocking that poor guy in because my truck's sticking out 10 feet past everything. So, we drive slow for several reasons. Probably a lot of it just because we have to think all the time. And that's the point of all these videos are training and some entertainment. And I hate to have to do this one, man. It is just saddening. It breaks my heart. It really does. From both sides, like I said, it was a tragedy that didn't need to happen. Yeah. Sad days. It's not the first time it's ever happened. I know I've heard of it happening in the past. You know, and every time it's ever happened, it's been just as tragic. So, again, drivers, man, be safe. Slow down. As a side note, all you guys that have all the screens up in your windshields of your trucks, while handy and you can look at it at a glance, when it's rainy and ugly outside and dark, even just the glare from your gauges back up in your face can make it hard to see. Dim all that stuff down, shut them off, you know. Buy a map. Learn how to use a map. GPS is great. I use GPS. Don't get me wrong. I'm not so old school. I'm like, I'm never going to use a GPS. They're just stupid. Those are just for rookies. You know, I use it quite a bit, but I use it in conjunction with my road atlas because my GPS isn't always right. Even trucker path, you know, supposedly truck routes. I ended up down a road last night with a 13.8 overpass. Now, I'm only 13.4, thank God, so I had plenty of room, but not really. You know, it was one that went down under a dip, and, you know, there was no way to go around it that I could see. And, you know, small town, middle of Ohio. In fact, it's out on 309, and I believe it was in Lima. That should have been on the freaking GPS, but it wasn't. So, you know, and even with all the settings that we put in those things, they're not 100% drivers. So, let me grab this real quick. This is called a road atlas. This is what we used to use back in the day. And I say back in the day, I mean, you know, back when I started. It's all we had. But the cool thing about this, and you don't need to buy the laminated version. I just like it because it lays flat and they last for forever. But up here in the front, there's all these tables. Low clearance locations. Permanent way station locations. Restricted routes. Roads you can't be on with a truck. And sometimes they'll give you specifics as to what vehicle, you know, like in Illinois on Highway 113 from Braidwood to Coal City Road to Illinois 129, no vehicle over 65 feet. So if you're under 65 feet total length, you're fine. If you're over 65 feet total length, which I am way over 65 feet, I can't run that road. So, but your GPS won't always tell you that. So, you know, use your map, get your GPS out, punch in your route, where you want to go, and then, you know, get your map out. There's my home state of Montana. Figure out what roads you're going to take. Write them down. Commit them to memory. And then when your GPS does this weird thing when you're coming up to an off-ramp, it's like, get off this off-ramp and then get back on the freeway real quick. You don't just jump off and jump right back on. All the GPSs I've tried do that. What do I say? I've got one built into my truck here. It is the Copilot. It's supposed to be one of the best trucker GPSs out there. It's garbage. I think it's just absolutely garbage.
Welcome to Copilot.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I don't want anything to do with you. Shut up. But you know, it's garbage. It really is. It takes forever to get anything into it, and it's slow, and it doesn't necessarily give you the right route. Trucker Path has been pretty good. Google Maps, I love, other than Google Maps is built for cars. So you got to be really, really careful. Now, out west where I live and do a lot of my running, it works great. Because there's not a lot of low overpasses and things like that to worry about till you get over into, like Western Washington or Portland, Salem area, down into California, some of the older areas of the Bay Area in LA. There's a few low overpasses, but for the most part, it works pretty good. It'll get you where you got to go, but don't rely on it 100%. And my point is, I guess let's get back for a second to all that in your windshield glaring back in your face, and it's dark outside and you're having a hard time seeing. Shut it off. Just get it out of your face. It's hard on you. It's bad for your eyes. It's bad for your vision to see outside the truck. And, again, slow down in the truck stops, please. I'm going to go back to that, because this is a huge tragedy. You know, we lost a member of our brotherhood, whether you knew the guy or not. He was a truck driver and out here just trying to make a living for his family like everybody else out here, and that was cut tragically short. And, you know, God only hopes that he had a life insurance policy that will help take care of his family. So many of us don't. I do now, but I didn't for a long time. And God forbid something would have happened to me, because then your family, you know, or you get a good life insurance policy, drivers. You really need it, and you need a living will. This is a dangerous job, as you know, we proved last night with this poor guy getting run over. It can be very tragic. Things can go wrong so fast in the trucking business, and in a truck, and around trucks, around equipment. Man, I watched a guy get run over by a forklift back in, I don't know, it was probably about, what year was that? 93, 94. He waited to get run over. He got smashed. We were loading bananas at Port Hueneme. And if anybody's ever loaded bananas there, you know, they load those 2 pallets wide. And at that time, you were allowed on the dock. They just wanted you out of the way. And this guy kept going in the trailer every time they put those pallets in. Well, they were loading them with 2 forklifts, man. As soon as one guy left, another one was coming. And I yelled at him to get out of the way. And that forklift driver, those longshoremen, they don't give a crap. They just, man, straight in that trailer and smashed that guy. He lived. Fortunately, he lived. He had some major injuries, you know, broken ribs, a crushed pelvis. Absolutely just another tragedy that didn't need to happen. But again, you know, this was a driver that just wasn't aware and wouldn't pay attention and didn't want to listen to anybody. He knew it all. You know, keep your head on a swivel. Situational awareness. You know, it's a self-defense thing. It's anybody that's in or has been in law enforcement or in the military, you know, that's been pounded into you since day one. Situational awareness, being aware of what's going on around you all the time. And I think as truck drivers, we get way too comfortable out here thinking that, you know, everywhere you go is you're around other drivers, you're safe. You're not. You're relying on other people, and that's not always the best thing. So again, you know, to end this and stop my rambling here, and because I don't want to beat anybody up over this, but this was, like I said, was a tragedy that didn't need to happen. It could have been avoided on both sides, I'm sure. You know, I don't know the whole situation. Nobody knows exactly what was going on except for the guy that died. And you know, my heart goes out, man. Again, you know, this is so sad and unnecessary. So be safe out there, drivers. Please be aware, and pray for these families. You know, hopefully, I don't know who they are, you know, but if you see something pop up like a GoFundMe or something for these guys, because their family needs help, chip in a little bit, you know, 20, 30, 40 bucks. There's millions of drivers out here, and even if just the 1,600 subscribers that watch, that are subscribed to my channel, through 20 bucks out there, that's a lot of money to help pay for bills and cover costs. And if the tens of thousands of people who are watching these videos and haven't subscribed threw in just even 10, man, you know, the family would be set. So anyway, I love you guys, man. You know, again, like I my video yesterday, why'd I get into this business? I still love it. Even when bad things happen like this, you know, it's just sad. So keep the shiny side up, keep the greasy side down, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Be safe out there, and always keep your eyes open, be aware, and drive slow in parking lots. Thanks, guys. Take care. Love you.